Hello, 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 everybody. Seems like I am live on YouTube. How are you guys doing? Let me know if anyone is here and say hello to me so that I know I'm live and that this is working. Let's see. It looks like I'm live. I think I am. Let me know, guys, if you're here and if you could see me and if this is working. Let's see. Am I live, guys? You see, I haven't done this many times. Yes, I see someone are watching. Hey guys, how are you doing? This is Jannecke from Wisdom from North. You should be able to comment in the chat, and I'm streaming through StreamYard. So I'll actually see your comment there. Like I said, it's my first time going live. Like I've done over 400 interviews or so, or videos on my YouTube channel, but I've hardly gone live. So this is new to me. And I've been a bit nervous, to be completely honest, but I wanted to be here to connect with you guys, to say hello, because usually it is me who is recording the videos with my guest, and I never get to really connect with you guys. So if you're here, please say hello. Let me know where you're streaming in from today. Thank you from the heart from Doris, and the Ragnhild is here. Ragnhild is my beautiful colleague in Wisdom from North. And the reason why I wanted to show up, guys, is because we hit a milestone this week. We reached 100,000 subscribers, which is to me unbelievable because I've been doing this show for 12 years. It has taken a long, long time. And I almost gave up my YouTube fairy tale last year. And I wanted to share the story of actually what happened and how everything changed. And the reason why I want to share it is that I believe it will inspire you. This is not so much about the numbers, it's not about me. It is about the message I really want to inspire you with, because if someone had told me these things when I was 20 in my depression, I think I would have had a much happier life much earlier on. I wouldn't have needed to spend so much time being depressed, to be honest. I'm so excited to see so many people are coming here. We have Grete from Norway, Tokyo, Emily and Anne and Cosmo from Texas, and UK. Jasmine is here, Colorado. Thank you so much for being here, guys. So, like I said, I'm here to celebrate the 100K and actually explain how we got here, and also to open up for any questions you may have, because maybe you want some tips about YouTube, maybe you are wondering about how we do this, maybe you're wondering about something about me or the show, or I'm here to answer any questions you may have. And also I have a gift for you. My colleague Ragnhild is here in the chat, and we have been working on a gift that we wanted to give you guys that is also part of my message today. And it is a gift that I really think will be valuable for you, that I hope will change something in your life. All right, so wonderful to connect with you guys. So before we go into questions and stuff like that, I want to share the story of Wisdom from North and how we got here, and the big secret that was on the thumbnail, right? So my name is Jannecke. I come from Norway. That's why we have the blue brand. And I've created Wisdom from North in 2012. I don't think it was a coincidence that I started my YouTube channel in 2012, because I think that this was the first wave, actually, where a lot of people started to feel the calling. Perhaps a lot of you can recognize that something happened in 2012. I think this was the case for a lot of light workers, that many woke up in 2012 and heard the call or felt the call that you were going to step in more into your potential. and help the world doing that. And then we had COVID, which I also think was a second wave of, the whole globe having the possibility to wake up. So I believe that's what's happening. But my story is coming from being a musical theater artist. And I'm not going to take the whole story because many of you guys know it, but I was a musical theater artist in Norway. I was a child star. I got all this attention as a very young girl, and I wasn't fully connected to myself. I had eating disorders when I was young. I struggled a lot with self-esteem. And when I became 20, I fell into a depression because I lost my voice. I got nodules on my voice. And then I fell into a dark depression that lasted several years. And it felt like life lost colors, like everything was gray. I had an enormous self-hatred. I despised myself. I thought I was nothing worth. And I don't, want this for anyone, not my worst enemy, because it's the opposite of life. It's feeling dead inside. But looking back on it now, I see that it is a gift. Even though at the time it was horrible, I see now that it was a gift. And at that time, I had thoughts like, I will never be happy. Happiness is not for people like me, because God or the universe is punishing me because I've done something wrong. Like I thought I'd done something wrong, that I had a voice and God took it away. But what actually happened was that I started studying metaphysics. And back then, I'm 44 now, we didn't have YouTube. So I studied the hard way through books and stuff like that. And I found the course, and I discovered something that was called self-love. And I realized I didn't have that. Before that, I had never heard the word self-love. I thought that my worth had to do with what I performed, what acknowledgement I got from the outside all the time, not what I thought about myself. And in that process, I started awakening. I started questioning everything. Like, is what we are taught in school really correct? Like, is it all about like a coincidences that some just happen to be successful, others don't? Why do I live in Norway? Why am I so fortunate? Why am I depressed? Like, this makes no sense. Like, what is the meaning of life? And is there nothing after death? Like, this makes no sense. And in Norway, it feels like the dream is to have a husband or a wife and the dog and 2.5 kids and the house. Then you are successful. But it's got to be more to life than that. I felt like I don't agree. I mean, just the thought of it makes me depressed. There's got to be something more. And I've always loved singing, but when I couldn't sing, there had to be something else. So I went into this deep search, and I realized that I was valuable without having to perform. And when I started to realize that, and this was a long, long path, then all of a sudden things started to come to me. So I got this role after role, and I came back into the limelight again. Is that what it's called? Spotlight. But then I realized, my worth has nothing to do with whether I walk on a red carpet or not. That's just silly. I mean, it's just silliness. What are we doing? I want to work with something that's deeper and more meaningful. And all of a sudden in 2012, I had no idea what to do with my life. I was 32, I think, and I sat on a cafe with my father, and I studied to become a primary teacher because I had no idea what to do with my life. I didn't want to do theater anymore. My voice had come back, but it wasn't like perfect. And I said to him, Dad, what I really want to do is to travel around the world, interviewing people about the big questions of life. And in that moment, it was like all the stars in the universe aligned inside of me. And I said to him, there it is. There it is. That's what I'm going to do, Dad. And he was like, what? YouTube? What is that? And nobody understood what I was going to do. Like, I didn't get much support around me. my dad supported me. It wasn't like that, but I had a lot of people being like, but you can't earn money on YouTube. Like, are you just going to make free episodes? And I said, but hey, I feel joy doing this. This feels so right. Like nothing has felt so right in my life like this does. And if that's wrong, then there's something wrong with this universe. So I followed my joy and I started doing interview after interview after interview. And fast forward to 2020, no, yeah, 2020 something, my channel started plateauing. And fast forward to 2023, I hardly did any videos anymore on YouTube. And I lost all my motivation. And I felt again that what is wrong? Like I felt, I was hitting a wall. I wasn't inspired because I felt like nobody's watching my videos. And I got really sad about it because I don't have children, but my YouTube channel has kind of been like my child. And Wisdom from North started with this YouTube channel, me interviewing all these amazing spiritual teachers. And I felt it was so meaningful. Now, in that moment, I felt that, not successful in a way, in the way that I did something wrong. Like, okay, maybe the universe didn't want me to do YouTube, but I didn't get it because I loved it. Now, looking back, I understand why that happened. And why am I sharing this? It's because many times when we want something, when we're passionate about something, we feel joyful doing it, but it's not flowing, right? And we're like, I'm doing everything right. Why is it not flowing? Maybe something else needs to happen before it starts to flow. So here is my message, part of my message. It is trust the universe. Do not stop. Trust the universe. Because what has happened the last 4 years is that my colleague Ragnhild and I have built a foundation of Wisdom from North in Norway. We have created an online membership where I have handpicked teachers from my YouTube interviews to teach on this platform. And it's available for all of you guys if you want to join. I haven't spoken much about my membership because we've mostly been having Norwegian members and just like and things like that and focusing on it in Norway. We created around 16, 17 online courses. So we've been busy building this and transforming people's lives in Scandinavia. So I would never have had that chance to build my company if I was doing YouTube all the time, because a lot of you know we're not earning a lot of money on YouTube, right? And it takes a lot of time. However, so I was here in 2023 and we had built this beautiful community in Norway and the company is going well. And now I'm living from doing this. This is my job. But I still felt this pain of not doing YouTube. And sometimes, this is another message I have for you. Sometimes when you really feel you're longing for something, it is because that thing is longing for you. If you're longing for a soulmate, it is because you're longing for a soulmate that is longing for you. The universe is a big mirror. You cannot long for something if it's not there. So know if you're longing for something, it will come to you. All right? So I was longing to make videos. And I'm also making this video to do a big shout out to a special person. And you guys know who it is. A lot of you know who it is. So I listened to, okay, let me go back. This was Easter 2023. And I was walking cross country skiing because that's what we all Norwegians do all the time, almost. And I felt my depression coming a bit back. I felt really low on energy. And I started listening to this guy that was called Alex Ferrari. And I listened to YouTube video after YouTube video that he did. And I was thinking, I used to be doing that. And then I was thinking, okay, so what if I go back on YouTube and I'll just make videos again and I don't care about the views. I don't care if anybody's listening. I'll just continue doing it. And it wasn't like nobody was watching, but it was, the videos didn't reach out. It was almost like I felt that YouTube was against me, that victim mentality. Oh yeah, I dropped right into that. I'm not perfect. I did. So, but then I thought, okay, let me just do it. Why? Because what I've learned is that I want to honor my own feelings. I've dedicated myself to loving myself. Now, this is not always easy, but it is an intention that I set all the way back to my depression, that I'm going to do everything I can to strengthen my self-love. Do you see? I went from this extreme self-hatred, and what got me out of that depression was starting to see my worthiness, starting to honor my emotions, starting to go for my joy, starting to love the inner child within me, starting to go for my dreams that just came into my head. Wisdom from North. Yeah, why not? Let's call it Wisdom from North. People were like, what is Wisdom from North? I don't know. It just came to me. So the same thing happened. I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to write this guy, Alex, and ask him if he want to be on my show. And maybe I can be on his show. He's probably never going to reply. He replied. He gave me, I think, 2 hours. He looked at my channel and he said, Jannecke, you have horrendous thumbnails. I never forget it. And I laughed so much. And I was like, I agree. My thumbnails are horrendous. And he's like, you need to change them all. Then you need to make 2 or more videos, like frequently a week. And you need to have, you're covering all kinds of topic. Focus on what you really want to focus on. And I was like, do I dare to do that? Go for it. And then you'll see what happens, he said. And I implemented everything he said. And at that time, I felt like, now I'm just doing it to honor myself. Because if there's anyone who is listening now, I think that they will get value from what we're doing. And that felt good enough at the moment because I had made that decision to follow my joy, to honor myself, because that was self-love. And what starts to happen is that in 1 year, we have 50,000 subscribers. So I had 50,000 subscribers in 11 years, and then there's 1 more year, and we have 50,000 more. And my secret is it's all about self-love. Because when I start to love myself and I create what I'm creating, then you get inspired to do the same. Then you influence other people. It's all about self-love. Everything starts with self-love. Why is that? Why is that? That is because self-love is the truth of who you are. You are love. You are born with 100% self-love. You are also born with 100% joy. Now, if you don't feel self-love right now, or a lot or a little, and you have negative thoughts constantly in your mind about yourself, this is not the truth of who you are. Actually, we're lying to ourselves all the time when we're saying negative things to ourselves. We're playing a role. And when we start to separate ourselves from that ego who is talking and saying all these things like, nobody cares about your YouTube channel. Ha ha ha. You look so stupid when you are on camera. The ego can be really harsh. And then you're like, stop. I made an intention to love myself. I'm not going to listen to you. And the ego is just trying to protect you. So this is not about judgment. The ego wants you to stay alive. It's all about survival. It comes from way back when we were gatherers and fishers and hunters. And if we were excluded from the tribe or the group, we could die. So the ego just wants to keep status quo because then you are safe. But the problem is, in our modern world, we don't have that many dangers around, but the ego is just as strong. And we actually have to unlearn what we have learned in society and school, because we have shrinked and dimmed our light in order to fit in. And the funny thing is that if we look at nature, if you look at a flower is not closing depending on who's walking by. No, the flower is always blossoming. But humans, we're like, if there's a person we feel like does not accept our greatness, we dim our light in order to fit in. But the truth is that the other person is dimming their light in order to fit in. That's why they cannot hold space for your light. So my message to you is many, and it's within self-love. Go to people who give space for you to shine. We are mirrors of each other all the time. When I get comments sometimes that are negative, when I'm taking up, my space, I feel that people are reacting to it. And then I know that, oh, that person is not holding space for their own greatness. Marianne Williamson said that it's not the fear of being inadequate that frightens us. It's the fear that we are amazing beings. We are actually most afraid of our light. We're most afraid of our capability. I've had a beautiful mystical experience many years ago when I was focusing on the heart. I was meditating on my heart for about an hour. This is a wonderful technique, by the way, if you want to try it. You just lie down on your bed and you focus on your heartbeat. And you do that even though you can't hear your heartbeat. Just imagine that you're hearing it. And I was laying on the bed for an hour, and all of a sudden I had an experience of shooting out of my body, but I wasn't totally out of my body because I've been out of my body before, like really out of body experience. But this was more like a mystical experience where I felt that I was growing. It felt like I was just expanding. And I was becoming so big, like that genie in that, that lamp, Aladdin's lamp. I got huge. Like I was as big as the universe. And I was up there in the universe. And the message that came to me was, this is how huge you are. And this is how huge everybody is. Basically, I felt like I was the universe. And I felt the message was that this is the truth of who you are and who everybody is. The next insight that just came to me was, I love myself. I love myself so much. Not only that, also that I am loved. So there were these two perspectives. I was loved and I also loved myself. And the insight was that this is the truth of you. And that's why when I'm saying that you are love, that's because I've had an experience. It's not something I believe, it's that I've had a mystical experience that showed me that. And that's true for me. And if that can inspire you to take some risks, to start that blog or write that book or go up to that girl you're in love with or whatever it is, then it's all worth it for me. The whole Wisdom from North project is all about self-love and soul purpose, because I believe all of us have a soul purpose. And all of you guys who are listening to shows like these, you especially, I believe, have a purpose around helping this planet, raise their vibration. You have an important job. And like Marianne Williamson is saying, there's nothing enlightened about shrinking and making yourself small so that other people are small. There's nothing enlightened about that. However, shining your light is our natural state. So guys, this is really what I wanted to share with you. And I talked about a gift that I have. And I hope I can share this link. Yeah, I just shared the link right now. So this is a free gift I have for you. It's a self-love toolkit. It is my 3 tips to boost your self-love. So there's a video there where I'm giving you some tips that really made a difference for me, like some more concrete tips. I also have a meditation there that you can download with self-love affirmations. I also have exercises, so you get like a journal, a bonus journal with exercises that are really powerful, like concrete exercises when it comes to strengthening your self-love. And what else? Yes, I have also made 32 affirmations for you that you can download, and they are really powerful. They are really powerful. So guys, check out this free gift that I have for you. And I got to say, the meditation that's there, it's downloadable now. You can own it forever. We did discuss it within Wisdom from North. Should it be downloadable? Like, should we just give like this for free forever? Now it is downloadable for now. So if you download it now, you can have it. Maybe in a week, if you opt in, then might not be downloadable. So I wanted to give you something extra because you're here live with me and it's so nice to connect with you all. Guys, I would love to answer any questions you may have. I hope this has been valuable. If you have any questions about spiritual things that maybe I can answer, I don't know. Or if you're just curious about anything, I'm here to connect. And I also want to share that we do a lot of things in Wisdom from North. Like I said, I mean, the YouTube channel is actually just a small part of it. We have a beautiful membership. A lot of the guests that I interview here are teaching on that platform. So that is for you who want to dive deeper. And I wanted to say the affirmations that I have in that toolkit that is for free, it's to reprogram your mind. Because like I said, we need to unlearn a lot of things. And when people are saying, just be yourself, I actually sort of disagree. Because if I'm myself with my boyfriend, I get triggered by this and that. And I actually have to be conscious all the time. Like, oh, he triggered me now. What is that about? Oh, I get frustrated now. Do I want to express that? Oh, what is that thought about? We have to unlearn a lot of things to actually come back to our true essence, because we have attached so many belief systems and thoughts and accumulated dirt and all these stuff that clutters our energy, and all these voices that tells us that we're not good enough. That is what, we need to peel off the onion. And the affirmations is helping you to do that. And maybe some of you are like, oh, I tried affirmations. And I was like that a while ago. But then I realized that, well, it doesn't really help if you're doing them a week. Like, you have to have it as a daily practice. You have to reprogram your mind. I really believe that. I'm not going to say you have to, but I believe in reprogramming our minds and setting an intention. But more of the teaching stuff about how you strengthen your self-love is in that toolkit. So I'd love for you to check it out, and hopefully it will, make a change in your life. All right. Thank you, guys. Let me go up in the chat and see if you guys have any questions. There's so many beautiful comments here. Thank you so much, Chris and Diana from Spain and Jill, and beautiful to see you guys. It's something totally different than making recorded videos. Now, you don't have to have a question. You can also just share if you have any guests you want me to interview. I'd love to hear from you. And I'm also on Instagram. You can always DM me if you have any guests you would love to see. Seems like there's not so many questions here. Thank you so much, guys. Beautiful, beautiful comment. All right. I'm going to hang here a couple of more minutes to see if you guys have any questions. And I can share what's happening with the channel. So we make 2 videos every week on Thursdays and Sundays. We mostly focus on near-death experiences, on pre-birth planning, on reincarnation, on soul's calling, extraterrestrials. And again, back to being true to yourself. I have gotten so many advices, from people saying, do not focus on extraterrestrials. But that is, again, saying no to myself. And I have to be authentic because I've always felt like a starseed and an alien. And I just feel a very connection to the stars. And I've always been so interested in it. And that's the truth for me. So I light up when I hear about it. So I had to honor that. And I think I'm in the right club because a lot of you guys also like those videos I can see. And I just put out a video with Nikki Allen, who shares what happens in the afterlife. Yeah. So lots to look forward to. And I've also actually hired an editor. It's the first time I've had the possibility to do that because Ragnhild and I are the ones doing everything. I've been editing all my videos, but I'm not an editor, right? And it takes insane a lot of time. So it has been a stretch for me to actually pay somebody to do it because, again, you don't get rich on YouTube. But I really want to have quality. I want to give you quality. And it is nice not to have to edit everything. So I hope you like, the new videos and the new style. So big shout out to Melissa, who's editing as well. So any books you may recommend for self-love? Don't I have the book for you? There you go. I'm reading this right now. I'm loving it. I'm not any affiliate of this. I'm just, sharing because I want to share. Oh, thank you, Dawn. That's so nice. Kelly Bowker. Oh, beautiful. I haven't heard. Chris O'Donnell. What authors do you like? Oh, it all started with me with Brian Weiss, with his reincarnation books. And I like Dolores Cannon. What do I have here? Oh, yeah. This is in Norwegian, but it all started with this Many Lives, Many Masters, about he's a doctor and a psychiatrist, and he was taking people in hypnosis, and he discovered so many things about in-between lives and past lives. Dolores Cannon, I've been reading a lot. Obviously, Eckhart Tolle, John Dispenza. I haven't had him on the show. He's on my bucket list. What else? Now I can't remember any books. Yeah. And Catherine Woodward Thomas. When I was looking for love, she has a beautiful book, Calling in the One, that has really helped me. And I have finally attracted love. So that's another, I just got to say about self-love and me speaking about that. I believe that if you want to attract a beautiful partnership, it really helps you to work on your self-love. I really had to learn about self-love in the hard way. I think it's one of my soul themes. I think we all have different soul themes. That's different from soul purpose. Soul themes is sort of like a topic you are struggling with, and it's there for you to master it. And I'm not mastering self-love, but I've come pretty far. For me, at least from where I was, like this depressed young woman. And now I met this beautiful, beautiful, wonderful soulmate. But before that, oh, it's been chaotic in my romantic lives, I gotta tell you. And another thing, to trust the universe, a message I want to share is that when you start to do the spiritual work, it's not always that, oh, there, I got my dream home and my dream house and everything was sorted out. Many times things come up. Maybe you meet the opposite of your dream partner. And then you feel like, oh, I'm failing. That happened to me. Like I met this partner that was not so good for me, right? And I was like, what happened? Why did I attract that? But looking back on it, I would never had attracted the guy I've attracted now if I hadn't met the other guy, because I had to see some blind spots in myself. Here we come to shadow work. Speaking about books, Debbie Ford, wonderful teacher. She has passed away many years ago, but her books on shadow work is really powerful because we all have blind spots, and I needed to look into myself. There were still some remnants of not feeling worthy enough. So when I learned that and said no to this man that was complicated and not a very kind man, all of a sudden the other guy was there and I could really embrace love and the love I deserve and that we all deserve. Okay. Let's see. Could you guest have talk about reincarnation? Yes, I do have a couple of interviews on it, and I believe I have a playlist also on reincarnation. This book here, Steve Burgess, I've interviewed him. Now I'm promoting his book. Steve Burgess, he is a guy that I interviewed about reincarnation, so you could check that out. But I could definitely do more. And I also believe that it's not past lives, actually. We are living parallel lives. So the past lives and the future lives, I think it's happening right now. But it's interesting nevertheless, though. Oh, that's so nice to hear. Thank you for your beautiful comment. Right, Lauren, but then you just skip the NDE videos and you go over to the other videos. Have you had an UFO experience? Kelly's asking. Good question. Have I? I'm not sure, but there have been some dreams where I've been wondering what was that, because it felt so real. I've also, when I was little, drew the spaceship when I was 4 years old, and I drew green men, and I've always been wondering why I did that, but not consciously. But I've had a feeling sometimes in dreams that I was taken in a way, and that was scary. Actually, that was scary, but not consciously. Not consciously. And I used to be a lot afraid of these things also, because 10 years ago there was a lot of focus on the abduction phenomena. And I think I filled my mind a lot with fear. So I was actually going to interview a woman who knew a lot about abductions. Now I remember it. And that night I had that scary experience. And I think that was because I sort of was in that fear state of being. And I do believe that there's a darkness and there's light. But, when you come into a not dark room and you lit on a candlelight, it lights up, right? So my choice is to focus on the light and not darkness, because it all has a purpose anyway. So no, I haven't had any conscious experiences, but I really just feel that I have a connection. How does our families, ancestor stories influence in our lives, and how could we overcome those issues? Our families, they influence us a lot, and our ancestors. You've heard of them. what is it called? The sins that is going through the different generations, ancestral healing. Teal Swan speaks about this. I have an interview with her where she spoke a little bit about it, so I recommend that you check it out. Now, I would recommend look at your mother, look at her mother again, look at her mother again. What was their patterns? What were their relationship with their men? What did they work with? Because we inherit these patterns of behavior, and I believe that that is part of our soul contract that we have chosen, to incarnate in this lineage, in this family. So we would deal with those patterns, but we can break them. And it is said that then we heal the past and we heal the future for our families. And how is that possible? Well, it's because there's no such thing as time. So start with your mom. You can picture your mom behind you, and then your grandmother, and then her great grandmother, I think it's called. And what is the similarities? What were they struggling with? And see if you could consciously work with that. We can never change others. We can only change ourselves. Will you please do videos on how to become a healer? Interesting. We're not so much focusing on healing actually on this channel. But it might be something that I could focus on in my membership, actually, how to become a healer. So that's a great idea. You wonderful. Stay with aliens and interdimensional beings. Stop saying you don't make a lot of money on YouTube. Okay, sorry, but that is the truth. It all depends on how videos are working, how they are reaching out. But mainly, it's just been symbolic, and I've just done it because I really wanted to do it. But hopefully someday we could have so much abundance on YouTube that this can help us have a bigger team, so we could have a greater studio, maybe have guests coming here that we could expand. But as of now, it's not possible to do that. But again, when this channel grows, we will get more income and we could expand. So it is actually the truth. And a part of me is like, why are you writing that? Because don't we all deserve abundance also? And that's also part of self-love to me. That is to open up for abundance in our lives. You all deserve abundance. I have studied a course with T. Harv Eker that speaks about how spirituality and money go together. And I think it's back in the days, we used to think that that's not the truth, that we're working with holy work. And yes, it is holy in a way, but we're all abundant. Like abundance is the truth of who we are. And I don't know if you're a YouTuber. So yeah, if you're a YouTuber, maybe you know a lot of, maybe you have your own channel and it's going really, really well. I don't know. But if you're not, you wouldn't know, right? But we all deserve abundance. You deserve abundance. You are abundant. So actually, to attract money is actually just to state that you are God. I believe we're all God and we're born abundant. Like everything is available for us all the time. But it's us who feels like we are again not worthy. Back to this, we are worthy of everything. And the more you all can receive, the more you can give. And I'm really passionate about this because I feel like a lot of people are feeling that they need to give and give and give, and again, not giving to themselves. And that is not self-worth. That is not self-love. The more you receive, the more you can give. This can be a mantra for you. The more I receive, the more I can give. Does that make sense to you? When I changed my beliefs around money, that's when we were able to create a membership. That's when we were able to start paying teachers for online courses. That's when we were able to expand. But before I understood that, I was just making these videos on YouTube and I was working my ass off in this law firm, pouring coffee to lawyers. That was what I did for like 8 years. But that's the behind the story that I seldom share. Maybe I should share it more because it's actually funny. I was sitting at this law firm and I was like, you know, releasing YouTube videos. And then I was like pouring coffee for the lawyers. And then I was wishing, I hope one day that I'm able to go full time. And now we are. So that's amazing. Franco, I love him too. Oh, that's nice that that book was also in your awakening. Matthias De Stefano, I love him. Italy, yes, you love Dolores as well. Beautiful. Guys, I want to share again for you who just came on the self-love toolkit. That is my gift for you. It's a gift where I give you 3 tips to boost your self-love, and you get a meditation that's downloadable, affirmations, and more than that. Sturla is here. That's beautiful. Sturla has been a member in my membership for many years. So nice to have you here, Sturla. Oh, that's so nice to hear, Kelly, that my videos give you comfort. My life is often stressful. I hope to change all that. Know that you have the power to change that, Kelly. You have the power. Just understand that you are powerful beyond measure. You have the key inside of you. We are such powerful beings, such powerful beings. I watch every new video. Thank you very much for what you're doing, and self-love, gift, and advice. Please keep going. Thank you so much, Diana. I will. Let's see. Can't say. I'm so happy that I've been able to listen to you today. Lots of love. Thank you so much. I'm just looking to see if there are any questions. Tina Slade, I haven't heard of her. I believe the YouTube money will increase in time. Abundance is here. Yeah, but don't worry about it. Like we receive donations from you guys, or people donate to us. That's how I actually was able to do it in the beginning. I got a lot of donations. And like I'm saying, things are changing. We are starting to make money, which is a big relief, because yes, there were a time where I was like up in the evening and I couldn't sleep. And I was like, how am I going to do this? But I trusted the universe, and things are starting to happen as the channel is growing. It is getting momentum and we are more supported. And I think also it's because I'm saying yes. Like I'm going full-time on YouTube, not full-time, but like part-time. And I'm saying yes to it. And I believe that the universe will provide. I really believe that, because this is my passion. I have faith that the universe will provide. So, yes. All right. So, guys, I think I'm going to wrap up if you don't have any more questions. So I'm not taking up your time. I'm a YouTuber and I know exactly how hard it is to make money on here. I think many people do not time how much time goes into this. Thank you. I feel like a sister to you. Yes, it takes an insane amount of time. And sometimes my boyfriend is like, are you still working? Could you just, can we not work right now? And I'm like, yeah, of course. That is also self-love, is to take time off. But for us, Ragnhild and me, who is doing this, just hiring a woman to edit our videos, that is a gift. That is a gift. So I'm not anymore staying up late at night to edit. And she's doing that. She's a beautiful student and she's helping us out. But I want to thank you guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, sharing. I read as many comments I can. And I know, not every video is something that hits home with you. That's okay. I'm just sharing a lot out there, and I'm interviewing people that I feel that I resonate with. And yeah, thank you so much. We're all in this together. And I hope today that I did inspire you to step up a bit more, to open up more of your light. It's something about opening your energy, receiving. You deserve everything, all beautiful things. And if you're afraid of criticism from the outside, again, remember, those who criticize, they are often haven't opened up to their own gifts and their own light. They are dimming their own light. It's a lot of envy, stuff like that. That is not your thing. It's their thing. Do your thing. It is a bit frightening, but who said that? Aristotle said something about, if you don't want to be criticized, then be nothing, do nothing, stay silent. That's not what life is about. It's about being the uniqueness of who you are, your true essence. Think about yourself as when you were a little child, that beautiful little child when you were 3 years old. Think about you as a 3-year-old and imagine him or her and give him or her a hug. How beautiful isn't that kid? You can parent your inner child. Don't you want that inner child to just shine and receive everything? Don't you think that that child deserves everything? So when you doubt that you're worthy, think about the 3-year-old inside. All right. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Again, here's my free gift for you. This has been so much fun. If you like this, maybe I can do this again. You can find us also in the membership, wisdomfromnorth.com/membership. I think it is. Isn't it right, Ragnhild? I think that's right. But check out my free gift for you. I hope that that will give you much inspiration and joy. And I'll see you on YouTube. Thank you, Cosmo. Thank you, Sheen and Angel. What a beautiful name. Bye, guys. May you shine the light that you are.